deserves our deep appreciation for bringing together the Malayali community in Malaysia on this very important occasion. I also noticed that there is a deep sense of commitment from several colleagues from the WMF coordination team for celebrating these rich traditions of Kerala. In fact, when I recently met Dr. Anil and his colleagues and I came to know about this event, I said it will be extremely good that we are able to have this event. We are all now going through what we call almost an endemic phase. Well, the COVID phase is still not yet gone, but I think we have learned to live with COVID again here because of the very substantial and significant efforts of the government of Malaysia, where they have been able to not only vaccinate the entire population in Malaysia, but also able to give booster doses. Today, I think we've reached higher levels of confidence to be able to come together. In fact, Mr. Tony Michael, your president, has just also mentioned to me that because of the COVID, naturally, last year you could not have the event, but you had a virtual event in 2020, and of course before that you had a regular event. So I think this is true of most of the organizations which are trying to come out of the COVID and bring back this particular celebratory approach towards our rich traditions back home. Friends, again, this year is a very important year in the bilateral relations between India and Malaysia. As you all know, Malaysia has recently completed 65 years of its independence. So, as India was one of the first countries to establish diplomatic relations, as soon as Malaysia became independent, means we are celebrating 65 years of our diplomatic relations, which means this is an occasion for us to celebrate and also look forward to having a new agenda for taking our bilateral relations to the next higher level. You know, the relationship between the countries are not made merely by talking, but there is a significant component of the people-to-people engagement. Your presence here in Malaysia and your contribution to the Malaysian economy and the ways of life in Malaysia is a very important part of our both countries' relationship. So, I want to place on record the immense contribution of the Malayali community in Malaysia. I'm talking of the Indian Malayali, which I mean, there also, as you know, there are several, let's say, Malayalam-speaking large number of Malaysian citizens also. And we also have several other, communities. So, but the rich contribution made by our own Indian nationals who are living here, their contribution, and I'm sure the numbers that I'm seeing today, you all have been doing so well, and I'm sure in this 65 years, yourself and also your predecessors who came to Malaysia have all richly contributed to this bilateral relations. With Malaysia today we have what we call as an enhanced strategic partnership, because it is a partnership which is multifaceted, where we are able to engage with Malaysia in several fronts. Now, in this 65 years of the India-Malaysia bilateral relations, which is 2022, remainder of the year and next year, we will be doing several cultural events, and this is where I look forward to partner with Mr. Tony, Mr. President of the WMF and your team colleagues to see how we can, Indian High Commission and WMF can do something also representative of the India-Malaysia 65 years of celebration. And again, let me also mention that the Government of India at its highest levels, starting with the Honorable Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Narendra Modi, and the entire government is always looking forward to having a very close connect with the Indian communities living abroad, and which is why our mandate sitting here looking at Malaysia, which is our responsibility here, and we try and make every effort to reach out to all the communities from India. And I am always aware, wherever I went, I can mention to you, I'm sure some of you would have traveled to other countries also, where there is a rich presence of the Kerala-based communities, the Malayalee community. Be it in Nigeria, Switzerland, I've done in about 7 countries, including a country like Laos, which is part of the Southeast Asia. So what I'm saying is, your contributions are very, very important for India, because you make India proud by the way in which you engage with the local communities, local government, and bring India's name and fame to its rightful place. So your contribution is very important. Now, coming to Malaysia again, just to mention, in the month of November, High Commission of India, together with our Indian Council for Cultural Relations, which is based in New Delhi, we are bringing a troupe called Kalaripaya 2. And they will be participating in a major Malaysian cultural festival in the month of November. So in addition to that, they will also be available to perform for you, which I'm just going to discuss with your president, so that you could organize a separate Kalaripaya 2 event for all of you at one of these days in November. And let me also add here, we are doing several yoga events. As you know, this is the 75th year of India's independence, which is, we are celebrating as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which means a celebration of the 75 years of India's independence, while also looking at whatever achievements we have made, but also looking at the challenges and how to prepare India much better as we go along by 2047. Many of you would have heard, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has announced on the 15th of August that India would become a developed country by 100 years of India's independence, by 2047. So this is something, it's a collective effort of everyone in India, and including all of you, because it is, I know that I've been to several of the Middle Eastern countries. In fact, my own batchmate, Mr. C.B. George from your own Kerala, he has been recently the ambassador of India to Kuwait. And he has, what I'm trying to say is, there are several, our Malayali community has done rich contributions in whichever country they have been able to make their home. So, your contribution will also be very important in our achievement of a developed country status, India's developed country status by 2047, by which we are becoming 100 years of independence. So I see all of you as true ambassadors of India. You know, I come and go. You know, I'm here for 2 years, 3 years, I'm gone. But you are here and you're making a contribution. I think we feel very proud of your achievements from the High Commission and Government of India. So once again, in this very happy occasion, Ponnonam 2022, and I want to once again congratulate the WMF Malaysia chapter and the leaders, particularly President Tony, Dr. Anil, and the Secretary, Madam Daisy, and all others for this wonderful event being able to be realized. And I'm very confident that we will all be able to work together in the years to come with the High Commission, so that we are able to take the best out of India and be able to come together. More important thing is to coming together and be able to have these events more often than before. I'm sure you're all looking forward to Vona Satya after this, right? Okay. Let me not stand between you and the Vona Satya. So thank you very much. Namaskar.
Created by our very own Reddy here. Thank you so much, sir, for your time today. Yeah, thank you.